All right, so recently I'm watching a video on Lockup Man channel. What was it on? It was on it's a Lockup Man channel. Okay, I'm watching a guy. He talking about reefer. He went to reefer, did reefer. He went from a corporate office, safety department to working at doing an OTL position. You know, he found out the hard way. It was a reefer company. He found out the hard way that he spent a lot of time waiting. Lots of time waiting. I hate when people start off saying, "Oh, trucking's in my blood. My father was a trucker." Or trucking. No, man. I hate when, why do people chase job titles? Same with police officers or nurse or whatever job title it is. Who cares? You need money in your pocket. And you really want to do it the smarter way. You don't want to be old, working harder, and breaking your back. That's why do people think like that? But they do. They do. They chase fancy job title. You know, obviously, because you spend a lot of time waiting. In the major compartments, no matter what carrier you work for, when you do OTR, no matter it's reefer or dry van, the two main things that are out of your control is the wait time at the docks. And this gentleman said he spent a lot of time waiting. He pulled reefer 70 to 60% of the time because he was with a reefer carrier and everything is live load. This is my new perspective. Truck drivers, period. You know, when you do OTR, and if more than half of the freight is live load, bro, you're gonna be waiting. You just is. You just is. This is why my new conclusion when it comes to reefer, because reefer is known to wait hours. The driver need to get paid 70 cents per mile. Because unless you got contracted freight. Because I'm listening to this guy talking about when he worked for was it Hale or Hay? One of the two. It really don't matter. It's a reefer company, okay? They all like this. And he said most of his shit was live load. A few was dropping up, but most of it was live load. So let's just say 70% of it was live load. He spent hours waiting at docks, And once he got out there, he realized he spent so much time waiting at docks at these reefers. Reefer is shitty. And you know what's even more shittier than that? Is probably getting with one of these Chicago-based companies that got reefer. Because they don't got dedicated. They don't got set lanes. They may do, but majority of the motherfuckers do not. So they're gonna have your ass waiting hours. That is shitty. You spend so much time out here waiting at docks. It takes away all your life. Let's think about it. Think about it for a second. Let's say he had an office job and they paid him 60,000 a year or 62,000 a year. Okay. If he got that per year in the office job, technically, given the type of truck driving you got, that actually is not bad if they paid you that much salary. Out here, when you're OTR, it takes away all of your fucking life. You spend your weekend at some truck stop in some random part of the country. Okay? You spend 10 to 20% of your time waiting at docks. So you're out here doing OTR. Bro, and this is the example I go back to. When I worked in Target, I got more miles. Target was a regional dedicated account. I got more miles with Target, and I was off 2 days. Why? Because Target was a drop and hook. I started from the DC, picked up the trailer, went to a Target, wherever the Target was. I got more miles consistently on Target than I did with any one of these companies. You know why? Because everything is fucking live load. You spend so much of your time waiting at customers, or you may have to wait because they're on an appointment time. So OTR, non-dedicated live loads presents a mountain of variables. Because you going to customer. Maybe you gotta wait for that appointment time. Maybe you gotta hold that load till Monday. I mean, you just dealing with so much shit. And then on top of that, when you do actually make your appointment time, you're at the docks for hours. So it's sad that even though you're OTR, sometimes you can spend your time out here being non-productive. Non-productive. That's why when I left CR England, I was so happy because I did teams. I ain't hardly getting no miles. Our truck broke down all the time. It was reefer. I came back. I made more money doing DoorDash at that period of time. DoorDash is busy, and I made money Uber. I made more money Ubering and DoorDashing than I did when I was with CR England, pulling that reefer shit, going coast to coast. It's that didn't mean shit, bro. When I drove coast to coast, it's actually when I made the least amount of money because my pay grade sucked. I ain't hardly getting no money. We was going team and buying around. Man, that shit. The pay was so low, 60 cents for all my, no, 30 cents for all miles driven at team situation. But we had so many variables. Sitting at docks for long time. It was reefer. Think about everything that's out of your control. When you go to work, let's say you get $15 an hour, $20 an hour. You're going to work, and they want you to work 40, 50 hours a week. That's your paycheck every week. You start at 7, you end at 4, or whatever that's all in your control. Trucking, OTR, a lot of things interfere with your pay. That's out of your control. The warehouse, number one. It's multiple variables. But the warehouse, how long they hold you. Because you need to be able to flip that load quick. The quicker you can flip that load, best. But if you have to sit at docks, you cannot flip that load. No matter what it says on the side of the trailer. No matter who the carrier is. It really doesn't matter when it's OTR. Okay? And you're just going to these random places. And it really don't matter broker load anyway. Because when I was with US, it really doesn't matter. The warehouse control. It's really not even about broker loads. It's really not about that. It's more about how the warehouse operate business. Okay, if this is a warehouse that's known for taking 2 to 3 hours, it really doesn't matter if you're with a mega carrier or you're with a Chicago-based company. It really don't matter. It really don't matter. So not to just necessarily blame the Chicago-based companies necessarily. It's really more about being productive. You need to be out here and be productive. Like 2,500 miles a week. I don't even get that. The guy that was talking about, he was with the reefer company. He said he didn't hardly get any miles. The recruiter sells you, but they don't actually know how the company operates. They don't. They're in the office. They ain't the driver. They're in the office looking at the computer. They're not actually out in the field. Who's out in the field? The drivers that work for that company. Okay, that's the bad thing. The drivers that work for that company. And giving credit, you may not talk to a lot of drivers that's doing the same thing on your same account. You may not, unless y'all go to the same. But it's a lot of variables. Okay, like when I was with US Express, I didn't talk to not one driver that did the same thing I was doing. And US Express has thousands of drivers. I did not talk. I don't think I talked to not one driver. No, I don't think so. No, I didn't know how big they was after I quit. But yeah, how much of a mega carrier. But in OTR in general, you just spend a lot of time. You spend a lot of time just wasting at docks. And it really doesn't matter if it's a mega carrier or not. Which matters is being OTR. You are so much more productive working a set lane, set dedicated accounts. And he got mad because he was making 55 cents a mile. And if everything is live load or you're waiting at docks, you ain't gonna make no money. From my experience, to me, if everything is live load, it's gonna be a hit or miss if you make a lot of miles, and you just don't know. You don't know how these customers operate. It's so many variables. This is what I realized. The same thing with leasing. Leasing has a boatload of variables. I'm like, do anybody realize that? Man, you can write down everything. It's a boatload of variables. Which I mean, really, leasing really to me is just that. How much does the load pay? As long as the load paying good, it can manage the truck. Really. But at the end of the day, for us, if you don't get that many miles, when companies trying to say you're going to get 25, 3,000 miles, especially like Chicago-based companies, everything live load, no. You'll be lucky to get 2,500. Lucky. And you see, you're out here for weeks. Pretty much working every day. or trying to work on recaps. This one guy said he was trying to work on his recaps, and he still didn't get that many miles. Because guess what? The most productive thing is that waiting at docks for long hours, having good loads. You need drop and hook. Really, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Now, whether it's a mega carrier, small carrier, you need dedicated freight. It's sad to say that on Target, I got more miles average, and I was off 2 days. It's sad to say I got more miles on Target regularly than I got with any one of these dedicated lanes I've been doing, and I've been doing OTR. You want to know why? Because these have been live loads. There's just so many things that interfere with your miles. Target, you consistently got 2,500 because it was drop and hook. You went in there, picked up the trailer, took it to the store, bam, bam, bam. You consistently got about 2,500 miles, and maybe a little less, but consistently got that. And I only worked 5 days a week. Consistently got that, and you only worked 5 days a week. Maybe like once or twice I worked a 6 day, but I don't even count that 6 day. Let's because 95% of the time I didn't work. I took 2 days off. So out of 5 days working a week, I'm actually more productive than guys. I was actually more productive on that set lane than guys out here going for 3 and 4 weeks at a time. You're going for 3 and 4 weeks at a time, and when you don't get that many miles, say you get 1,500, 1,600, man, that's a sorry ass paycheck. That's why reefer. That's my new opinion about reefer. Reefer should get like 70 cents, especially if it's not dropping hook. If it's not dropping hook, you're not gonna make a lot of money. I doubt it. Not unless they got set lanes. But if it's like Chicago-based company, bro, you're not gonna make a lot of money. And he finally realized that firsthand because he did say this driver. He said the truck drivers can make more money than the office people. One thing he didn't credit, you have to get the miles. You have to get the miles. They can fluctuate. They can fluctuate. And for me, dude, I would take less pay to work dedicated lanes. I am tired of going places looking stupid. It ain't about the money. You want to know what you're walking into. To me, you want to know what you're walking into. OTR is so risky because a lot of running lanes ain't the same. A lot of places where people run, no, it's not all equal. OTR just have a lot of variables, and the two main variables is the shippers, and the type of loads. The shippers and the type of loads that you get. They can make it that's all your money that's out of your control. Is that in your control as the driver? No, it's in the shipper control. If you're going to be there for 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 hours, pay a $200 lumber fee. All of that is out of the driver control. You can only do what your dispatch gives you. What they give you, and if you're waiting at docks for, let's say, 20 hours every week, shit, man. Now that I think about it, that prime guy, he said 10 hours? Nah, he probably waited at docks for 20 hours. Because I can wait at docks for 10 hours a week on doing dry van. I know, and he probably waited at docks 20 hours a week because I can wait 3 loads a week. I know I can wait at docks at least 10 hours a week. 2 hours to get unloaded, 2 hours to get loaded, then another day. Yeah, that can easily add up to 10 hours at docks. Easily, once you sit back and look at it. You got to get unloaded, then get loaded, or especially if everything is live load. Get unloaded, then get loaded. That can be 20 hours a week easily, just doing that process. But it's a lot of weighted time, man. Dedicated what you need. Shit, if I had an office job versus being out here, shit. Your days off, you spend at a truck stop, or your day off, or you getting fucked up because you was late to a shipper. Now you got to sit on that load an extra day. Or they wouldn't unload you, so now you got to sit on that load one more day. Or anything. You get a flat tire, now you got to sit on that load. Dude, it's just a lot of variables that's out of your control. That's why you need to be dedicated. I swear for fucking God. Now that I think about it, I got more miles on target consecutively because it was drop and hook than I did with any of these OTR companies I've been with. Because OTR just have a lot of variables and everything is live load. You go to all these different type of customers, everything is live load, and it's just a boatload of variables. So now you may make film weeks, you get a lot of miles, 2,600, but that's not the average. The average to me is underneath 2,500. And if I had to say it, yeah, that's the average underneath.